I was going to ask as we go through, I see stickers for tunings, and I'm sure that applies to certain material in your guys' discography. But
yeah.
How do you choose what guitars go into what tunings? Do they all kind of work wherever, or do you find where it works and then that's where it lives?
It's kind of it's a bit of both. Yeah, we're kind of experimenting. This was the main 7, and this, interestingly enough, is a Pro Series. Once that orange one kind of came to life, I was like, oh, like this is sweet, you know? But this was actually the main 7 for the tour. So this is a Pro Series model. It's a very affordable model by comparison, but it still has roasted maple neck and fretboard. It's got a basswood body. Basswood, again, a lot of people think is a cost-cutting measure, but I just really like the way it sounds. I think it's very easy to source. You have to consider when you're sourcing guitars in great numbers, you want consistency across the bodies.
Yeah.
They are very consistently dense and relatively lightweight, and it makes for guitars with a lot of attack, especially when you do bolt-on construction, which I'm a very, very big fan of for the snappiness.
Would you say, or where would you say it lives in comparison to alder?
So I would say it's actually probably a little bit less thin. So it's got the brightness and the snap of alder, but alder can sometimes sound a little bit thin, and it varies. That's the problem. Is sometimes alder is like my favorite. Sometimes ash is my favorite, but sometimes ash is very heavy, and it's inconsistent. And you know, when Jackson / Fender is ordering these, they're ordering trunks. They're ordering so much wood, and you cut into it, and you kind of find out what you've got, which is why sometimes you end up with tops with like mineral stains and things like that, and blemishes. When you're doing these small runs, it's easier to have consistency. So this is one of the factors that we're thinking of. And basswood, by and large, is just the most consistent across the board. It always yields a fantastic sounding guitar, which is why I always go for basswood. In the case of the USAs, we roast it, so we roast the moisture out, and it gets even lighter, which I like. A light guitar, I think, is a good thing. So this, again, will have the lumen lays. It's got locking tuners. It's got this hardtail bridge that's a Jackson variant of the hip shop bridge I use on the USA, but it actually feels very, very good. Same sort of electronic setup, and it does come with like Jackson MM1 pickups, which are fine pickups. I upgraded these to I think I put Ragnaroks in this one. And this guitar just sounds fantastic. This one has so much mojo. I used this as the main 7. So, at the beginning of the tour, it was for Ragnarok and for the A-flat songs as well, which are the 2 new Periphery 5 songs. And this color is pretty cool too. It's like this kind of sparkle blueberry burst. So it's blue on the back, silver on the front, and it kind of bursts into that. Blue is my favorite color, so it all ties in nicely. But this is a very, very special guitar. I think you can get this for like $950.
Damn.
It's for the price, it really is phenomenal. And you still get the 20-inch radius, which is kind of unique to my models. Inspired by Alan Holdsworth, one of my favorite guitarists. And it's very, very good for moving about the fretboard.
Getting busy.